वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा. Namaste. Welcome to a new episode of Divine Delights. Our Sanatana Dharma is an unending range of golden mountains. And let us try and climb these, picking up little tidbits of golden stories on the way. That is all the gold that we can afford these days, right? No, this mountain is just for you. O ye sons of Mother True, make bold and take up this wealth in cartloads, calls the Atmagyani of very recent years, Sri Shirdi Sai Baba. That is all very well, but we live in a material world and we do need some material to live in this world. Our saint poet Thiruvalluvar also says, Arulilarkku avvulagamillai, porulillarkku ivvulagamillai. Our Sanatana Dharma, which is a very practical faith, understands this. Last Tuesday, we celebrated the Akshaya Tritiya, the golden day of the year in our Dharma, which cultivates the quality of saving, with all the other spiritual significances. Yesterday was a Wednesday, and there is a saying in Tamil that even gold can be easily procured, but procuring Buddhan, Wednesday, isn't easy. Here Buddhan means wisdom, golden wisdom. So what about today, the Thursday? It is Guruvar, and Guru is considered in our faith to be gold, equal to gold. He has a special name, Kanchana, which means gold. See, 3 golden days in a row. So, gold, the universal currency, is the one thing that the mankind had always been crazy about. What's that? Okay, womankind too, more so. Accepted. So in this golden day, why don't we study a golden story? An incident that happened on the golden day of Sanatana Dharma, the Akshaya Tritiya. Before we go into the story, let me give the answer to the question of the last episode. Why is Lord Ganesha the Lord of writers? Why was he chosen by Lord Brahma as the best scribe for writing the Mahabharata? See the answer. We all know that Lord Ganesha is the most popular name for this lovable god. He is also called Gananatha, Gananayaka, and so on. What is the meaning of the term Gana in these names? Gana means group. Lord Shiva lives in Mount Kailasha with his Bhuta Ganas surrounding him, praising him and serving him. Lord Ganesha, as the first son of Lord Shiva, is the chief of these Ganas, groups of Bhutas, and that is why he is called Gananatha and Ganesha. There is one more explanation for these names. See, the most fundamental unit of any language is letters. The letters in Sanskrit can be grouped by their characteristics, and each group is called a Gana. Ganesha is the Lord of letters, specifically the written form of letters. Tell me, who else is suitable for writing the mammoth epic then? Okay, having answered that question, we will move on to today's story. This is an enchanting incident from the divine life of Sri Adi Shankara Bhagavad Padacharya. We all know that he is the Acharya of one of the greatest Siddhantas of Sanatana Dharma, the Advaita Siddhanta, and had founded muths around India to conserve and propagate the ideology. These muths have produced exemplary and enlightened sages time and again. Not only those Matadhipatis, many other saints following Advaita philosophy have incarnated in India and sanctified it. Sri Ramakrishna Paramhamsa, Swami Vivekananda, Ramana Maharishi, Gajanan Maharaj, Akkalkot Maharaj, Swami Samarth, to name just a few. The Mahant whom we had mentioned just now, the sanctuary of sufferers and seekers today, Sri Shirdi Sai Baba himself is an Advaitic saint. But establishing the Advaita Siddhanta is only one, although the greatest, of Adi Shankara's achievements. He is also a poet of extraordinary merit and has authored several hymns on all the deities of the Sanatana Dharma. Do you know how his incomparable journey in devotional literature started? For those who do not know, would you believe me when I say that it started when he was at the age of 7? Yes. And how it started, that is a very interesting story and a very heartwarming one too. So what are we waiting for? Let us go into the story. Adi Shankara, before he became Bhagavad Padacharya, the great saint, philosopher, Jagat Guru, was the darling son of Aryamba, and they lived in Kaladi, a small village in Kerala. Shankara lost his father at a very early age, and Upanayana Samskara was also conducted for Shankara at the age of 5. Due to their impoverished state and according to traditional practice, Shankara used to beg for food. One day, he came to a house and asked for alms. By a twist of fate, that house was inhabited by a very poor couple. When Shankara cried, Bhavati Bhiksham Dehi, the lady of the house heard him, came out and saw him. The moment her eyes fell on him, they were filled with tears of bliss. She felt a surge of pure affection for this divine boy. Oh my God, who is this boy? Boy or Bhagavan himself? He is asking for alms. But I feel that I must surrender all my possessions and myself to him. So ran her thoughts, full of Vatsalya Bhakti. Surrender all her possessions. What possessions? She had nothing. She and her husband themselves were starving for days. But she wanted to give him something, so she searched all over the house. Oh gosh, one morsel of food, one bite of vegetable, one piece of fruit, one little coin. She searched all over her small, meager house. Nothing. She became desperate. She ran here and there, running her hands around every nook and cranny. Finally, her hand landed on one small thing. See, the day before the one on which Shankara visited her house was an Ekadasi. Her husband, though a very poor man, was one who strictly followed religious traditions. See, we should fast on Ekadasi. After fasting on Ekadashi, we usually add gooseberry in our recipes on Dwadashi, the next day. Following this tradition, he had somehow procured a gooseberry fruit and kept it in the house before going to the river for bathing. That was the thing that the lady found. Happily, she took the fruit, ran to the threshold where Shankara was patiently waiting. So do the gods wait. So do the gurus wait for your karmas to be finally over and you coming into their fold. She looked at the Guru of the universe, the Dakshinamurti Avatara, standing in the guise of an innocent boy of Kaladi, with lots and lots of affection, and put the gooseberry in his bowl. Okay, question time. Recite the Newton's third law. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. This is a universal law, right? Applies everywhere? No, it does not apply in the case of God and devotee. For every loving action of the devotee, the Lord reacts 100-fold, 1,000-fold. This grace, which defies the Newton's third law, comes into action now in our story. Shankara was moved to see the lady's affection and her pitiable condition. He thought on how he could help her. What is the primary characteristic of wealth? It does not stay in a place permanently. It wants to roam from place to place. But if you are a giver, then wealth decides that, wow, he helps me circulate. Let me go to him again and again. Remember, you give to receive. Hence, Shankara decided that such a kind heart should not suffer in poverty. He prayed to Goddess Mahalakshmi, the goddess of every type of prosperity, wealth, health, wisdom, and spirituality. And that was when his first literary work was born, the Kanakadhara Stotram. Angam harehe pulagabhushanam ashrayanti brinkanganev mukulabharanam tamalam angikrita kila vibhutirapangaleela mangalyadastu mama mangala devatayah. See the greatness of Shankara's poetry? He is going to ask for wealth for the family who had been so kind to him, and he prays to Mahalakshmi as the wealth of Lord Narayana himself. Can she deny anything to him now? She did try anyway. She appeared before him and asked, Shankara, you want me to shower the rain of wealth on this couple, but they are scorched with the heat of karma. Will rain come in the height of summer? Why not, mother? Replied the sagacious Shankara. Wouldn't your breeze of grace emerging from your beautiful eyes annihilate the heat of karma? Don't we need the rain most when the heat is at its height and the people had had enough suffering? Dadyat dayanupavano dravinambudaram asminna kinchana vihanga shishau vishanne dushkarma gharmam apaniya chiraya duram narayana pranayini nayanambuvaha. And can the goddess resist from showering grace after this? And would she be goddess and mother if she did resist? What Ma Lakshmi did was almost as poetic as Adi Shankara's verses. For one gooseberry so lovingly given by the lady, the goddess showered gold gooseberries all over and around the house. So much gold the family received that day, so that they lived in prosperity ever after. The goddess then asked Sri Shankara, Shankara, as you requested, so I did. I would like to give you a boon too. Come on, ask me whatever you want. Shankara had not accepted asceticism formally at this time, but he was a sannyasi by mind all the time. So he did not want wealth. Wealth had no value for him. But when Goddess herself asks him, would it be good to say, I don't want any boon? Would that what a sincere and humble devotee do? Caught in a dilemma, Shankara bowed down before the goddess. That's when a thought flashed in him. How much happiness does this act of namaskara, the bowing down towards the Lord, give? Can there be a wealth, a gift, a prosperity that has more worth than this namaskaram? So he said, Mother, please give me more namaskarams. May I bow down to you more and more again and again. Sampatkarani sakalendriya nandanani samrajyadani vibhavana saroruhakshi tvatvandanani dhurita haranotyadani mameva mataranisham kalayantu manye. Such was the golden incident and the golden story. And if someone tells you, this is all stories, imagination, tell them, no, this is a true incident. Would you like to see the house where the goddess showered gold gooseberries? Then come with me to Kaladi. Yes, that house and family still exist and flourish in Kaladi. The house is called Swarnakotu Mana. You can visit it if you like. My dear listeners, let me conclude the story by a few assertions. Our tradition is our worth. Our devotion is our wealth. Our dharma is our happiness. And our guru is our guide and God. Now, question of the episode. The miracle that was manifested by Shankara, the Advaita Acharya, was also done by Nigamanta Deshika, the Vishishtadvaita Acharya, during his lifetime. Can you tell us in which place did this miracle happen and what was the name of the hymn that Nigamanta Deshika sang? Put it in the comments. Poem time now, folks. Gadiyana Kondrilai Kanmani Niyandri Kathidum Kadamai Yarukadi Kadir Madi Adum Selva Cheer Tandu Katidu Inda Parukadi Nadisur Ulaka Nirainidi Yavume Nayaki Un Pada Nerukadi Vidisurum Vinayene Kaka Yen Porutalla Vimalan Naranan Perukadi Parihalottiya Paraman Devi Pala Bhaktarai Kathane Tonmaile Ariyanum Namam Pugalvar வாழ்வில் அருநிதி செழிக்கும் உண்மையிலே பரிவோடு எந்தன் வறுமை போக்கிடும் பண்பினைக் கண்டேன் நன்மையிலே நெறியோடு உம்மை மறவாச் செல்வம் நித்தம் தரவா வெண்மையிலே. Come, let us learn dharma, so we learn everything else. Come, let us practice dharma, so we are always victorious. Come, let us protect our dharma, so dharma protects us. Dharmo rakshati rakshitaha. Jai Hind!
Shirabdi Kannige Shri Mahalakshmi Shirabdi Kannige Shri Mahalakshmi ಯಾರಿಗೆ ವಧುವಾಗುವೆ ಮಹಾಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಿ ಯಾರಿಗೆ ವಧುವಾಗುವೆ ನೀನು ಯಾರಿಗೆ ವಧುವಾಗುವೆ ಶರದಿ ಬಂಧನ ರಾಮಚಂದ್ರಮೂರ್ತಿಗೋ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ ಅನಂತ ಪದ್ಮನಾಭಗೋ ಶರದಿ ಬಂದನ ರಾಮಚಂದ್ರಮೂರ್ತಿಗೋ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ ಅನಂತ ಪದ್ಮನಾಭಗೋ ಸರಸಿ ಜನಾಭ ಶ್ರೀ ಜನಾರ್ದನ ಮೂರ್ತಿಗೋ ಸರಸಿ ಜನಾಭ ಶ್ರೀ ಜನಾರ್ದನ ಮೂರ್ತಿಗೋ ಉಭಯ ಕಾವೇರಿ ರಂಗ ಪಟ್ಟಣದ ರಸಗೋ 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 ಯಾರಿಗೆ ವಧುವಾಗುವೆ ಮಹಾಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ಯಾರಿಗೆ ವಧುವಾಗುವೆ ಚೆಲುವ ಮುರುತಿ ಬೇಲೂರ ಚೆನ್ನಿಗರಾಯನಿಗೋ ಚೆಲುವ ಮುರುತಿ ಬೇಲೂರ ಚೆನ್ನಿಗರಾಯನಿಗೋ ಗೆಳತಿ ಹೇಳು ಉಡುಪಿ ಶ್ರೀಕೃಷ್ಣರಾಯಗೋ ಗೆಳತಿ ಹೇಳು ಉಡುಪಿ ಶ್ರೀಕೃಷ್ಣರಾಯಗೋ ಗೆಳೆಯೊಳು ಪಾಂಡುರಂಗ ವಿಠಲರಾಯಗೋ ಗೆಳೆಯೊಳು ಪಾಂಡುರಂಗ ವಿಠಲರಾಯಗೋ ಗೆಳೆಯೊಳು ಪಾಂಡುರಂಗ ವಿಠಲರಾಯಗೋ ನಳಿನಾಕ್ಷಿ ಪೇಳಮ್ಮ ಬದರಿ ನಾರಾಯಣಗೋ ನಳಿನಾಕ್ಷಿ ಪೇಳಮ್ಮ ಬದರಿ ನಾರಾಯಣಗೋ ನಳಿನಾಕ್ಷಿ ಪೇಳಮ್ಮ ಬದರಿ ನಾರಾಯಣಗೋ ಯಾರಿಗೆ ವಧುವಾಗುವೆ ನೀನು ಯಾರಿಗೆ ವಧುವಾಗುವೆ ಮಲಯ ಗಜಬಿಂದು ಮಾಧವರಾಯನಿಗೋ ಓ ಓ ಓ ಮಲಯ ಗಜಬಿಂದು ಮಾಧವರಾಯನಿಗೋ ಮಲಯ ಗಜಬಿಂದು ಮಾಧವರಾಯನಿಗೋ ಸುಲಭ ದೇವರು ಪುರುಷೋತ್ತಮಗೋ ಮಲಯ ಗಜಬಿಂದು ಮಾಧವರಾಯನಿಗೋ ಸುಲಭ ದೇವರು ಪುರುಷೋತ್ತಮಗೋ ಫಲದಾಯಕ ನಿತ್ಯ ಮಂಗಳದಾಯಕ ಗೋ ವಧುವಾಗುವೆ ಮಹಾಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಿ ಯಾರಿಗೆ ವಧುವಾಗುವೆ ವಾಸವಾರ್ಚಿತ ಕಂಚಿ ವರದರಾಜನಿಗೋ ವಾಸವಾರ್ಚಿತ ಕಂಚಿ ವರದರಾಜನಿಗೋ ಆ ಶ್ರೀ ಮುಷ್ಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಆದಿವರಾಹನಿಗೋ ವಾಸವಾರ್ಚಿತ ಕಂಚಿ ವರದರಾಜನಿಗೋ ಆ ಶ್ರೀ ಮುಷ್ಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಆದಿವರಾಹನಿಗೋ ಶೇಷಸಾಯಿಯಾನ ಶ್ರೀಮನ್ ನಾರಾಯಣಗೋ ಶೇಷಸಾಯಿಯಾನ ಶ್ರೀಮನ್ ನಾರಾಯಣಗೋ ಸಾಸಿರ ನಾಮದೊಡೆಯ ಅಳಗಿರೀಶಗೋ ಸಾಸಿರ ನಾಮದೊಡೆಯ ಅಳಗಿರೀಶಗೋ ಯಾರಿಗೆ ವಧುವಾಗುವೆ ನೀನು ಯಾರಿಗೆ ವಧುವಾಗುವೆ ಶರಣಾಗತ ರಕ್ಷಕ ಸಾರಂಗಪಾಣಿಗೋ ಶರಣಾಗತ ರಕ್ಷಕ ಸಾರಂಗಪಾಣಿಗೋ ವರಗಳ ನೀಡುವ ಶ್ರೀನಿವಾಸಗೋ ಕುರುಕುಲಾಂತಕ ರಾಜ ಗೋಪಾಲ ಮೂರ್ತಿಗೋ ಕುರುಕುಲಾಂತಕ ರಾಜ ಗೋಪಾಲ ಮೂರ್ತಿಗೋ ಸ್ಥಿರವಾಗಿ ಪುರಂದರ ವಿಠ್ಠಲರಾಯಗೋ ಸ್ಥಿರವಾಗಿ ಪುರಂದರ ವಿಠ್ಠಲರಾಯಗೋ ಕ್ಷೀರಾಬ್ಧಿ ಕನ್ನಿಗೆ ಶ್ರೀ ಮಹಾಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ಯಾರಿಗೆ ವಧುವಾಗುವೆ ಮಹಾಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ಯಾರಿಗೆ ವಧುವಾಗುವೆ ಯಾರಿಗೆ ವಧುವಾಗುವೆ